So we're going to do a smoked duck with a salad of baby beetroot, walnuts, French beans and beetroot puree. First thing we're going to do, we're going to stick the steamer on. Now that's got the oat chips underneath, and then we're going to wait till it starts to smoke. Now this is the baby beetroot, and all I've done here is wrapped it in aluminium foil, and you drizzled it with a little bit of olive oil, some salt, pepper, garlic and thyme, and that's it. And they take about 40 minutes. Now the way to tell when they're cooked, still in the oven, you get a skewer and you just pierce straight through the aluminium foil and it should slide in easily. Tip it straight into a bowl and then you cling film it. Now what that does, it releases the skin, so it makes it a lot easier to peel afterwards. When it's smoking, take the duck breast, skin side down, and just pop it in the smoker. 4 minutes. Baby beetroot, once it's been there for about 10 minutes, just till it cools down so you can handle it, put a pair of gloves on. I'm wearing gloves because the beetroot will stain your hand and it's really difficult to get the colour off your hands. Just have to gently rub it and it just falls off. So I've put oat chips inside the steamer to smoke the duck, but if you can't get hold of oat chips, you can actually use fresh tea. You can use different kinds of fruit teas, or you can use lapsang souchong, or even Earl Grey, which gives it a lighter, more delicate smoky flavour. For a duck breast, you would normally smoke it for about 4 minutes. If you're doing fish, it has a lot more of a delicate flesh, so you'd put it in there for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once the duck is smoked, look out. And then we cook it in a pan, but starting in a cold pan, skin side down. Now the reason you're doing that is because the duck breast has a lot of fat on the skin side, and you're rendering the fat, which means melt the fat gradually so you're left with a lovely crisp skin. You don't need any oil because you've got loads of fat on the skin of the duck. With the baby beetroot, pick out the nicest ones, cut them into quarters, pop them into a bowl. Honey, just half a teaspoon, and then some red wine vinegar. And that's your marinated beetroot to go with the walnuts. The rest of the beetroot, we're going to chop it up into nice small pieces. Doesn't matter about how regular they are, because we're going to make a puree out of it. And when you've got lovely golden skin, just pop it around and put it in the oven for about 4 minutes. Just have a small pan, half a tablespoon of butter, melt that, and then we're going to start to fry the beetroot off. Okay, and then we're going to put the chopped beetroot straight into the melted butter. Cook that for about 2 minutes. I'm going to add some ruby port, just a splash. Reduce the port down until it goes nice and syrupy. Check the duck, turn it around, and you just press with your fingers like that, and it should have a slight give. Leave it on the chopping board, let it rest for about 4 minutes. Do that. A little bit of red wine vinegar, just a splash, and extra virgin olive oil. Beetroot works really well with sharp and sweet flavours. After that, straight into a sieve. Straight into the sieve. I'm going to put it straight into one of these squeegee bottles. Okay, now to come to dress the plate. So we've got some red endive, some red sorrel and French beans that have been quickly blanched, and then we've split them in half lengthwise. A drizzle of normal vinaigrette. Now this starter is all about contrast of flavours. Very gently dot the baby beetroot along the length of the plate. A little bit of toasted walnuts, very quickly toasted in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. This is all about building up the layers, and you've got the contrast of colours which make it look fantastic. Slice your duck lengthwise. Finish it off with the red endive and the red sorrel. At the end of it, it should look as if it's just been very casually thrown onto the plate. And finally, some shavings of fresh Parmesan over the top. And that's it.